James was married to a man whose last name was Makepeace. He was a therapist. That's all I remember. They got divorced. Don't know if it was an amicable thing, whether they had some kind of tumultuous relationship. It's not really noted. But they got a divorce. She's out here living her life. She's a nurse. All of a sudden, she starts getting letters in the mail. At first, they're postmarked, but they're like those really creepy letters that you see in the movies where they literally took the time to cut out different letters from different magazines to spell the words and then just glue them on the paper. So she's getting those and they're all real threatening. So then, when that doesn't seem to be enough, she comes home from work one day and she's got 3 dead cats hanging from her porch and all the lights are busted, so she can't see what's going on. And I mean, you got dead cats hanging from the porch. I'm already running for the hills screaming, never coming home. But I mean, regardless, she stays. And Cindy keeps living her life, and then it starts to get a little bit worse. One day she comes home and her puppy, her dog, has been choked with a phone cord. He's not dead. He's very scared, and he has pooped on himself. But you hurt my dog. Now we're not just running. I'm gonna find him and kill you. So that's happened, and she stays. So then she decides, I need a private investigator. So she hires a guy. The guy don't really trust her. He thinks there's something she's not telling him. But regardless, she's paying him $1, so he's helping her out. He puts a walkie-talkie type thing in her house to kind of listen and see what's going on. And one night he's listening, and he starts hearing a struggle. And he's like, oh no, what do I do? Well, he knows what to do. He's a private investigator. He used to be a police officer. So he comes to her rescue, to the house. Comes in, and he sees her laying on the floor with a knife in her hand. Knife, hand, floor. So her hand's like stuck to the floor. And between her hand and the knife, there's a note that says, you're dead. So they rush her to the hospital, and she says she remembers being injected with something in her sleep. She's been injected with morphine, and tells the police everything that she knows and everything that's been happening. They'll believe her. They think she's doing it to herself and that they're tired of her crap. They literally tell her that. And she's like, I really don't know her actual reaction. But anyway, then she says, I have something to tell you. I know who this is. It's my ex-husband, but he threatened to kill my whole family if I said anything. Which I understand, but at the same time, you just had a knife in your hand, so I would be literally singing. So they go to the guy, and he tells them that she has multiple personality disorder. He's a therapist, so they trust him. And they're like, we knew it. She's doing it. After that, she's kind of scared to go home by herself. So she goes home, and she asks her friend and her friend's husband to stay with her that night. Everybody goes to sleep. All of a sudden, the friend's husband hears something, goes downstairs. The house is on fire. Goes outside, sees a guy. The husband sees a guy. Remember this. And the guy's like, and runs away when he asks him to go get help. So the guy's useless. And why was he out there literally watching the house burn anyway? But regardless, they call 911. 911's like, she set the house on fire herself. They obviously still come and try to rescue everybody and stuff, but they don't trust her. So she's like, you know what, forget this. I'm going to get a new house. So she leaves, gets her own little apartment, doesn't tell anybody where she goes except her parents. I'm unaware if anything really happened torture-wise when she was in the new place, but I do know she went to the store, got some stuff, put the bags in the trunk, vanished. That's a lot of blood in the front seat, of course. Then she vanished. And there's a missing persons report filed. They start looking for her. 5 days later, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, she's found in the front yard of an abandoned house with pantyhose around her neck, choked. Her hands tied behind her back, her feet tied together, and injected with morphine. She died of a morphine overdose. What the cop said, she did it to herself. I need some thoughts.